I've always had a very active imagination. And yes, still now, but especially as a child. But I've also never been one to fully think things through all the way. And when I really like something or I want something to happen, my active imagination can kind of get a little carried away. Like, I'll think up these ridiculous scenarios that won't happen. But I think about them so much and I want them so bad to a point where all rationality gets thrown out the window and I start to actually believe that this scenario is a possibility. And that's exactly what happened when I was about 9 years old and desperately dreamed of being on TV one day. When I was little, I loved Hannah Montana. Everything about her. The show, the music, the fact that changing her hair color somehow made her appear as a completely different person that no one in her personal life recognized. I wanted to be her. I wanted to live a double life for some reason. And shit, I even tried. I told you guys there was a video of that somewhere, didn't I? I became so invested in Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus, of course, that I felt like I knew her. Which then meant all I had to do was meet the queen, and she would immediately feel inclined to make me her new co-star, right? No, you little creep, you little baby creep with a Party City wig on. And no joke, I even came up with the plot that would act as my debut episode. But the best part is that even at a young age, I was fully aware of the fact that if I ever did land an acting gig of any sort, I would most likely be playing a character that was much younger than I actually am. So I had it in my head that I was gonna act as Miley Stewart's weird little cousin out of town that was coming to live with her, which is as far as I got with the plot. I'm a poet and I fucking know it. Put me on TV, Miley, so I'll be smiley. What? Anyway, back to my extremely overzealous theory. By this point, I don't think I'd ever been to Disney World or Disneyland before, so I didn't really know how all that worked. Like, I didn't really know what exactly was at the parks. I knew there was rides and people dressed up in those costumes and all that shit. Other than that, I didn't really know what was there and what went on there. So I guess it makes sense for a child to assume that the actors on a channel such as Disney would also be at the park that has to do with Disney. I don't know how to make this make sense, but basically, I, for some reason, had it in my mind that when you go to Disney World, actors from Disney Channel shows would be there in like little booths, and you could like go up and like meet them. I don't know where this came from, and I also don't know if I genuinely believed this or if I just thought that it would be convenient for this scenario, you know what I mean? Either way, I thought that if I went to Disney World, I could meet Miley Cyrus because she would be there, right? She would definitely be there, just chilling in a booth with people lined up. This is so stupid. Like, I thought this would be such a like funny story to tell, but as it's like coming out of my mouth, it sounds really stupid and boring. Sorry, but it's a video. Here you go, subscribe. So I thought that I could go to Disney World, find this magical booth that Miley Cyrus would for some reason be at, and all I would have to do was go up to her and pitch her my idea and prove to her that I had what it took, and she would just love me so much that she would be like, yes, this is the little freakishly small girl that I've been looking for to play a family member of mine. Yes. Like, I thought that she would think that she hit the jackpot with me. So I told my mom this, naturally, you know, as a child would do. And like, my mom was always very real with me. She would always, you know, set me straight if I was getting a little a little wild out there with my expectations, you know? I remember telling this to her and her just being like, like, honey, Disney Channel stars aren't at Disney World. Like, it's not the same thing, you know? And I was just like, but maybe she will be. Like, we don't know. Like, we could go and she could be there. I'll bring my wig. I'll bring my Hannah Montana themed star-shaped DVD player. I'll bring my poster, I'll bring my CDs, but most importantly, I'll bring my wig. And she was also like, honey, you know, even if you did meet her, like, it's not really that high of a chance that you'd get on the show. And I was like, you don't know that. You know, I'm talented. I have talent. I just am. Sorry about it. You raised a star. I also remember a lot of times practicing my acting skills. For example, one time I had a laundry basket laying on the living room floor and my mom was watching TV, and I decided, hey, I can act and I'm gonna put my skills to the test. So I'm gonna pretend that I'm trying to lift this plastic empty laundry basket and that I'm struggling really hard and make her concerned. So I go over and I like grab the laundry basket and I just start like going and just like making these noises and shit and like pretending like I'm trying real hard. And like I do it for a few minutes and she doesn't do anything because I'm just being an annoying, obnoxious child making noises in the corner. As I would do. I was that kid. Just making noises in the corner. But finally she was like, if it's too hard, don't lift it. How I took that was I was like, holy shit, I'm so good. I can act. Like, she believed me that I was struggling. And I literally asked her, I was like, did you really think that I couldn't lift it? Like, did you really think that I was having a hard time, like, struggling with that? Did you really believe me? And she was like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what this video is. I just really wanted to make a video. And it's been a while. It's been a while. And I have another video idea that's like brewing in my head, but it's like a skit and it's gonna take like some time. So I didn't want to make you guys wait too long before I put that video out. So I decided to just like throw out this random little tidbit story from young Taylor's life because I feel like young Taylor is always gonna live on in our hearts just because I've made her quite a large part of my channel with like the old home video videos. And I recently found more of me lip syncing and singing, more specifically to Hannah Montana songs. I only found the one with the actual wig involved, which is very sad because I know there's more that are even better, but what can you do? I would also like to address the fact that I've gained quite a substantial amount of subscribers recently. I mean, at least for me, it's a lot. Last time I looked, I was at like 37 fucking thousand subscribers, which means I'm approaching 40,000, and I don't know. I just appreciate it so much, and it makes me really happy, and it gets me excited to make more videos and get better at making videos because I've said this a million times, but I hate so many of my videos. Like some of my older ones from earlier this year, I hate them so much, but I just use that as motivation to get better, and I feel like I'm finally finding my style, if you will. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this random little pointless story that didn't really have much depth to it, but I always think about this and I think it's kind of funny, so here you go, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and liking and all of that stuff. Make sure to follow me on my social media stuff, which is in the description below. And give the video a thumbs up if you want to. And subscribe if you feel like it for new videos every week. Come on, say goodbye with me. Love you, bye.